Oops. Hey everybody, I thought I'd jump on here real quick and show you what I have been, I'm trying to get better at this, been collecting of Halloween stuff over the last couple of weeks. Because, you know, if you don't get it when it first comes out, it's gone. Some of this is between the Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And this is for the haunted houses I'm going to be painting. I bought some doll houses, plastic. I'm going to go and buy some spray paint that's good for plastic and spray paint them. Every week that I plan on doing this, it rains. So I don't want to say it's going to be nice weather, which I just did, because it was supposed to be bad weather. But anyway, so I got these skull cauldrons. What I'm hoping to do is put in those little LED lights inside it, but I don't know if I haven't found colored ones yet. I'd like to do red, but anyway. But I'm going to keep those white and think. So I got those. So, got those. And, of course, I got other skulls. I believe I got these all at the Dollar Tree. $1.25. Still good because you get 8 pieces. So, eyeballs. Because, you know, you never... It's nice to have a seeing eye person to look after your house. Bad joke. And, little pumpkins, and I went to the Dollar Tree today, and these little pumpkins are all gone, so I'm glad I got them while I did. And then these pumpkins were at the Dollar Tree also, but all they have is now the bigger ones, like 4. So I'm glad I got those when I did. And of course, they're the little party rings, spiders, skulls, and I will spray paint them all black, except for, obviously, black ones. That was silly. Then these are already gone from the Dollar Tree. And more eyeballs. I think I got, these are yellow ones, and the other ones are red, if I'm not mistaken. And actual cauldrons, and these are attached to it, stuck to it, more pumpkins. Let me see here. Then at the little more pumpkins. These I got at Dollar General. And more. A lot of times, every weekend, oh, these are spiders. I'll get the same things and glow-in-the-dark spiders, so I will not be painting those. I want them to glow in the dark. And skeleton garland. So I don't decorate much in my house, outside my house, because I only have one plug-in. When people design houses, they don't think about people who decorate. But also, you know, when you decorate, you have to have a place to store it, and that's kind of iffy. Anyway, and then I found this mummy army at the Dollar Tree. Look at that. Dollar General, my bad. Look at that, isn't that great? Can you see? And then I got witches, so I'm going to do a witch house. Can't wait for that. And let me see what else. Oh, and this garland that I've been got at the Dollar Tree. And I've been getting this, like every time I go, I'll stop and get it because it's got bones and skulls. And I'm debating on whether to keep these purple and orange or spray paint them, but I've got black ones too, so. But that's nice. And let me see, a lot of it, like I said, a lot of it's duplicates, and then more witch characters. But I've got more garland, more witch characters, more garland. Somewhere in this craziness, oh, here we go. Zombie pirates. I found at, I believe it was Goodwill. Goodwill or Carm. Those are the two. There used to be an AmVets close to where I live, and the American Veterans, which I love to go to. Well, they also have one out West Knoxville, and West Knoxville is more posh. and it, I haven't gone out west for about 2 years. And then when gas went up, and I'm trying not to dwell on stuff like that. But anyway, I found a plastic toy ship, and so I'm gonna have a pirate. Look at that, zombie pirates at the Dollar General, and then of course more skeleton garland, because you can't ever have enough skeleton garland, and a mummy, more mummy. I want my mummy. Skeleton army. So every time I go to the Dollar General, and I make there's one by work, so sometimes I just stop in there just to see if they have that, and more eyeballs, and more zombie pirates. Something I want to eventually is to sell these consistently. Let me see. Oh, I got pretty glittery spiders. So I'm thinking with a skeleton garland that had the purple and the orange, and not paint it, and then we'll put those on there. Make it kind of a glitzy house, you know, maybe a girl house, because you know girls like to be all glitzy. And oh, and I'm so glad I got these, because they're gone already. They're little hands. These glow in the dark, and then there's some that look like skeleton hands. Now, there's another Dollar Tree that I, not as close to my house. Well, there's one this direction, south and north from me. So, I'm going to go and see if they have any more of these. Because I've gotten 3 plastic doll houses. One has got an apple on it, so I'm going to do an apple theme. But I'm having a hard time finding, apples. So I think I'm going to have to go to probably Hobby Lobby. But I want to do a couple of apples and then make paint faces on them, you know. Kind of look sick face. But the hands, again, if you don't get it while you see it, it's just like a thrift store. Not unless, you know, like, it doesn't fit me, but I want it. I've done that. I've tried. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I was really, really bad sometimes. But anyway, back to crafts. If you don't get your Halloween stuff when you see it, you are probably not going to get it. And more skulls, because, you know, you can't have enough skulls around the house. Oh, and I got these. They're party favors. They're bracelets, but they're barbed wire. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to kind of maybe do like a fence. Anyway, that's my idea in my head. We'll see if that happens. And then, now this has nothing to do with the dollhouse. It's just for me. I bought socks, Halloween socks. And I have to say, from the Dollar Tree, these socks and their Christmas socks, all their holiday socks, well, their socks in general, are really, really warm. And these have got bats. I'm a little batty. No, I'm a lot of batty. As you can probably tell. And I put a spell on you, but you can't really see it because it is purple. Let me get a little closer. I put a spell on you. So, oh, if the shoe fits. And that looks more blue right now on Mike, but it's purple. So, I used to wear tights all the time, and I just am not a tight person, so I went to socks. And then creeping it real. Oh, that's just so bad pun, but look at the green striped socks. I know that's crazy. It's funny what makes you happy. Oh, and it's got a spider on it. Now, I have to say, I'm not really a big fan of real spiders. In the 90s, I got bit by a brown recluse on my right bottom leg. And at first, when it started getting infected, just a little side story real quick, and then I'll let you all go. I thought it was like an infected hair, because, you know, us women, when we shave our legs, that can happen. And then it kind of got worse and worse and worse, and all, you know, it seemed like overnight, but I'm sure it was probably longer than that. But you know how when you, it's like, I don't want to go to the doctor. Anyway, it kind of got to head and hot and kind of purpley green, and well, I won't go into detail, but it would be a good horror movie. And yeah, you don't want to like see my hairy legs. But it like burst, went to the doctor, bursted open all this crap and pus, and it would have been a great horror movie. Came out, and for the longest time, it was about the size of a quarter, and of course, he put gauze on it to let all the drainage come out, and eventually it healed itself and everything, and it's gotten smaller as I've gotten older. But so, and darn, I did not become Spider-Man anyway. But so that is my haul, and like I said, if it doesn't rain, I hope to spray paint the houses. I'm gonna spray paint my house, and I'm just rambling because I'm just talking to myself and having a great time. I did go to the junk store, and I went to the flea market was in town and it was very there wasn't a lot of vendors, and I don't know, and they're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so it's not like it was because they were closing, because they're going to be there tomorrow. So I just don't think that they're back to their vendors as much as they used to be. They usually do it on the third weekend of the month, and I think June or July, there's like the boat show or something, and then again in August something comes up, so they don't do it those months. And I can't remember. I don't have the schedule in front of me. I think there's a Christmas one, but that one I think is you have to pay to get in. So, and I've thought about doing that fair, that flea market before. But the bad thing about that, and I noticed when I was there today, they did that. You'll have people who do crafts, and then you'll have people who just they go to the garages and they have junk, and they have then they have the guy that's got like the tube socks and everything. And so I think that's bad about the setup is like they should have all the crafters in one area, and all the people who do the toothpaste and the Avon and all like that in one area, because here you go to, a guy who's just got a little bit of everything, buy 3 things of toothpaste for $5 or whatever, and then you're trying to sell your crafts, and, depending on what you're selling, they're like, oh, well, you're like $25, and I got this for like $5. But there was something, and I was really tempted, but if everybody knows about the supply chain, and then there was that thing on the news however many months ago about the Amtrak being robbed, and like all of Amazon packages and stuff like that. Well, this guy had 2 big bins. One was plastic bags that said, and what was bad is the people's names still showed on the return address, which I'm sorry, he should have blacked out. But it would have Walmart, Amazon, some other companies that I didn't recognize, and then it was almost like those, as a little kid, you get those $5 bags, or for whatever goodies in there, but you're like, okay, what is this? Or that feels like that, and then there was another one that was 10, and those were the hard boxes. And I remember seeing, I don't watch the news on a regular basis because it is very depressing. I do, however, watch my local news, so I'm not sure exactly where I saw this, but all those ships that were in the bay during quarantine are finally coming in, and so all this stuff that people had ordered, is just like, I guess companies, they're not delivering into the companies. I can't remember why they have it, but they're like, getting rid of all these boxes. And I was really tempted. Now, if they had like a small section of like maybe $1 or $2 and a $3, but it's like I was feeling this one. It was a pretty big bag and everything, and I thought, well, what if it's something really cool, but it doesn't fit? Too big, too little, wrong color, or it's like, a computer part. Because there was one thing, and it felt like a belt, and I thought, well, shoot, this could be a piece to a car. So it's like, it's just $5, but it's $5. So I didn't get any. I culled my temptation to buy just to be a surprise, because I remember as a kid, that was like one thing. There was this one little, it was like a Walgreens, and this is back when you could get like soda one of the last ones. I grew up in Indiana, one of the last ones in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I grew up. You could go and you got your prescription, but you also could have like a little sandwich and everything, little deli. And they always had this section in it. One would say boy, one would say girl, one would say adult female or adult woman, or maybe it just said woman and man. So, but you knew because it was a girl thing that it was going to be girl stuff that you would want. And these packages, and I'm rambling on for billions of years about a silly thing, but these packages, you have no idea. You know, it could have been everything from a bra to, you know, a car part. So I just didn't, but I was like, oh man, that would be kind of neat. But at the same time, it's like, then you'd be disappointed. So I didn't. But there wasn't anything there. I was really disappointed because there's a couple of vendors that I pick up. There's this one vendor, she makes cookies, and she makes cookies in the shape of different, she does a whole Star Wars series, and it's, I think, like Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and all those guys. And anyway, she has, and she wasn't there. And then there's this other guy who does like vintage and costume jewelry and vintage and costume brooches, and I like to wear brooches. I'm in the summer, because it's so hot, I don't wear my jewelry as much as I like to do, but I'll wear it more in the fall, and I am so ready for the fall. As I get older, I mean, I used to love the summer, but then again, when you're a kid and you're not going to work, and yeah, you know, it's just not as fun. I mean, I still like going, but I prefer autumn. I love Halloween. I do like Christmas too. I'm not against Christmas, and New Year's, and my birthday's in February, so I'm a winter girl. But growing up in Indiana, I don't miss the winter that way. I mean, if I could just stay at home and not have to go and drive, you know. And then here in Tennessee, well, we have winter, but really what happens is it rains, it freezes, then it snows, and you're driving on ice and you can't see it. So anyway, I'm just babbling on about absolutely nothing. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and I'm getting better at these YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe, and hopefully I will get better at this, and I'm going to hopefully make a video on the circle skirt. But I realized I don't have my one table that I have to cut stuff on that I sew is long and skinny. And I'm going to have to clear out another table and I don't want to put it on the ground because I have cats. So they'll be like, ooh, an invitation to lay down, and I don't want to do that. And also, you know, it's not as flat, so I want to make sure that the circle, if I had wooden floors, that'd be different, but I have carpet, which eventually I'd like to get rid of the carpet. That's a different story. But I'm going to have to clear out my one table and put it on there. And hopefully I will get that done and sew it, and I can't wait. Oh, and when I was out today doing my grocery shopping, and after the flea market, I ran into Goodwill, and I got some things, and I went to the Community Chest. The Community Chest is a great organization in Powell, Tennessee, and there's one in downtown Knoxville. All their clothes are $1. Their catch is you have to pay cash. So I got me a couple cute tops. But when I went to Carm, I looked at Goodwill for tablecloths, and they had a lot of them. They were all long, and oh, there was this one beautiful fall one. It had leaves on it and everything, but it was one of those real long ones. So it's like, okay, I don't want to, you know, make a skirt out of that. But Carm had, no, excuse me, it was not Carm. Goodwill had a sheeny, it was a sheen black, for $1.99, and then Carm had one that's going to look like a blue jean skirt. So I'm excited about that. It kind of has faded, but what I'm debating on either dyeing it blue. Of course, if I do that, I'll do that before I cut it, or bleaching it, you know, kind of tie-dyeing it or whatever. I'm debating. I think the darker blue, I've got straight blue jean skirts, but not a fluffy ones. That's why I call them fluffy skirt. So I'm debating on whether I want to dye it like a indigo blue or bleach it. But I'm thinking if I bleach it, I'm not gonna like make a pattern. I'm just gonna kind of knot it anyway. And then again, I might just leave it as it is. It may not be that big of a deal. And you know, sometimes the decisions, you have, this is what I'm going to do, and then you're like, no, I'm going to do this, take a right turn, next chapter. So, but again, I just thought I'd jump on here real quick and show you the goodies I've got. So do you guys do Halloween? What's your favorite holiday? My dad always called Halloween the start of the fat season, and it ended at Easter, and it's like, oh, you're so true. That's so true. So, but leave a comment below. Subscribe if you want to. I would love hearing from you guys, especially if other people out there are crafters. I don't have many, I don't have really any good craft friends. There's one girl who kind of crafts, and we've talked about maybe sharing a booth if we can find a couple of places. Anyway, but well, thank you for listening to me ramble. And again, if you craft, leave a comment below, and have a great evening. Bye.